Hello and welcome to Spirit Forest. Come help me build a trail on my land.
I have a thing for darkness, but you can see with your mind. Even when I have my doubts, you say your love isn't blind. So I can give you shelter, but am I a part of your goals? Maybe none of it matters, 'cause I don't want to let go. I never meant to break a promise, I never meant to run away. But you know how to skip the madness, and I can only press replay. Whatever you see in me, I see times 1,000 in you. I hope you like the flowers. I know it's an old cliche. We'll never have all the answers, but we won't need them today. I never meant to break a promise, I never meant to run away. But you know how to skip the madness, and I can only press replay. Whatever you see in me, I see times 1,000 in you. I never meant to break a promise, I never meant to run away. But you know how to skip the madness, and I can only press replay. Whatever you see in me, I see times 1,000 in you.
I love having this little trail system here. It kind of makes it feel like I'm hiking, even though it's just a little small trail. And I always mean to measure it, how long it might be, but it's about a 10-minute walk throughout my trail if you do all the trails throughout the property. And it's been a lot of fun doing it as well. And every year I maintain it. So this year it's time to maintain the property again and the trail system. And you know, like trees fall and branches break off trees, and you would be amazed that as soon as I have a stick on the trail, somebody's tripping and falling. Really though, you would be amazed by it, because I see it all the time. So that's why I brush it away, and so in case my mom were to come visit, she could do this little trail system and I don't have to worry about her falling. There are a couple areas where you have to step over a stick, but you know, I'm gonna be nice. But I think, and I don't think this is a rant, this is just, I'm kind of venting a little, that there are so many people that are used to concrete. It's when you take them out into the wilderness and actually on a trail they don't know what to do. And if you're watching my channel, it's probably not you, but you probably know someone who I'm talking about who hasn't been on a trail before. I have been with someone who had a dog that has never been on a trail. She walked her dog every morning, and it was in the suburbs, and it had nice green grass and sidewalks, never on a trail. She came out to visit me and she says, "Hey, I really want to go for a hike. Can you take me for a hike?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'll take you for a hike." And she came, and her dog went on the trail, and there was like little pebbles, a little bit of rock pebbles, and the dog was freaking out. Like we thought that we'd have to carry the dog because the dog has never experienced rocks on its paw before. But there are people that are like that too. And it's really sad when I see it, because I feel, and again, not to be on a huge rant, but this is part of my chat today, is that I feel as a society we have lost touch to nature. And there's people out there that just can't. They can't get on a wooden or a dirt path and step over a log. They're so used to where the city is, where everyone's suing each other, you know, because you might have something on your sidewalk, or your sidewalk's up a little bit or something, you know, and it's just, and here I am clearing off my trail so nobody trips and falls. I also know somebody who's, I think she's in her 60s, and she came out to visit, and I took her out to a stable, a horse stable, and I said, "Oh, you know, why don't you watch my daughter ride a horse?" And she's like, "Okay." So we get out of the car, and it's you know, it's muddy, and it's like a stable, so it's like you have rain and you got runoff and you got all these little grooves in the dirt and stuff, and she was freaking out. She had to hold on to my arm so she wouldn't fall. And I mean, obviously I'm not trying to make fun of anyone that is like that. She is able to walk, you know, it's just that really scared her because the ground wasn't even, and it was a little slanted, you know, and it's something that everybody's walking on, but she needed to hold me. And oh, maybe she was in her 70s. I'm sorry, not her 60s. She was in her 70s. But what she does on a daily basis is just sit at home and watch TV. That's all she does. She sits at home and watch TV, and then maybe goes to the movies, or maybe goes out to eat, and that's it. And I am forcing myself. I don't have to force myself too much, actually, but I will never be like that. I will never be like that. I will not just sit at home and watch TV all day. I will be out here building a trail system. Even if there's not that many people using it, I'm gonna build a trail system, you know, or I'm gonna come out here and cut up wood when I'm in my 60s or 70s. You know, that's the person I wanna be. And when I see that in somebody, I get motivated to even go further, even push myself even more, even at my age, and I'm in my mid-40s now. You know, I'm gonna push myself a little bit more so I never get to the point where I just wanna sit on the couch and watch TV and look at somebody else live, you know. I guess that was a little bit of a rant and a little bit of venting. I do like doing this though. Like I like how it looks when you go through, and there's been a ton of animals that have been using my paths as well. So the deer come right through. If I put trail cams on my path, the deer go right through my trail path. And I think that's really cool. Like that gives me the biggest warm fuzzy that they do that, you know? Because, you know, they don't want to have to jump over. And let me show you what it looks like normally. If you could see that, that's what it looks like normally. There's sticks everywhere. It's really hard even for an animal to walk through the property. So I like this little trail system. And again, it's a part of me kind of feeling like it's my own little mountain here. You know what I mean? And I'm sharing it. I share it with nature. And I can come up here and I have spots where I sit. and I can just, there's a mountain view. You can't see it in the camera. Every time I try to do it in the camera, I can't see it. But there's a mountain view over there with mountains with snow and stuff on there. Excuse me. I'm breathing in dirt. So today it's supposed to snow. They say it's supposed to snow today. And it's chilly. It's really chilly. So that's why, another reason why I'm doing this today, because it is really cold. And the day that you want to work on your trail system, you want it to be cold. Well, I want to thank you for joining me on this little talk. And sorry if I ranted a little bit, but maybe you guys agree with me. And if you know somebody that is like that, maybe help them out a little bit. You know, get them outside, start taking them for a walk. And, you know, if they're so used to concrete, you know, maybe go on like little trails, you know, little dirt trails, and kind of graduate them into different levels and stuff, you know, like, I think that would be so good for them, because then they could see nature the way nature's supposed to be, you know, and that to me is extremely important, because I feel that we've lost that. It is not supposed to be these groomed, grassed parks, you know. It's trees laying down, it's dirt, it's twigs everywhere, it's the smell of the spruce, and you know, the life, you know. So bring them out in nature. Or if you are that person, get outside and start graduating yourself to different levels. And take baby steps. I always say that. Start small and work your way up. Okay, I gotta get back to doing this trail system. Do you hear that wind? Yeah, and if you see the cloud behind me, that is definitely a rain cloud. I better get going. I gotta get this trail system done before I take off. So thanks for joining me, and I will see you on the next video. Bye-bye. Yeah, it's snowing. They were right. Winter's not ending this year. Do you see it in the camera? I'm trying to grab some so you could see it. You could see it on Rocky better. Hey, Rox. Yes, oh baby. It's snowing.